middle of the ground where the ball got squared up. And that's why when you get really opened up as a back line, I think he can concede those ones getting chipped across the back line. You don't want those ones darting up through the middle.
A tight first term. What does the second have to offer? Bounce is perfect. Grundy flies. Cripps just works his way through the middle. Tackle is terrific. Somehow the ball spilt to the wing. Adams. A little slip. Time to recover to Pendlebury. Waits for Betts and then onto that right boot of his. Worked it towards Myercheck, who's a kick and a half from home. The Suns still a problem for the forwards and the defenders, but not for Mason Cox. Here's Thomas, looks for his second off the side of the boot.
He's looking promising, Cox, I reckon. You just feel like he could have a big match. We were at that prelim final in 2018, weren't we?
Yeah.
When he thought he was going to change the football world. I'm not sure what's happened since, but anyway, a promising start for him today. Walsh is kicked wide. That's a good one to Cripps. 5 handballs so far for Cripps. Martin got it over the back. Good kick to Mackay. Transition footy, one end to the other. Hard to do against the Pies. Now, he had the yips against the Suns. He was about to go on there. Kicked 2-4 that night. Should have probably kicked 5. He's got one today. They're in front. I'm being futuristic, Haim. I'm looking forward to Charlie Curnow and Harry Mackay.
There'll be a lethal combination, won't they? It's a long list of injuries for both clubs, but when you think about Charlie coming back, he's the one you get really excited about.
We have a look at that kick by De Koning, and that's what all coaches are trying to get coming off half-back. The one on the 45, some coaches call it a bridge kick, but what it does is it allows your forwards to really spread hard off the back of it and gives them the full width of the ground to work in. So if he would have gone back and slow off the mark, Collingwood defenders get really well set. Darcy Moore gets set behind the ball, allows the midfielders to troop back to the half-back line. But De Koning's kick, it just releases the forwards and gives plenty of space for further up the ground for Harry Mackay to work into.
2-4 last week against the Suns. 1 straight for Mackay today. The Blues in front for the first time. De Koning, some athleticism in the middle of the ground, and then quickly onto that left boot, over the top. Another chance for Mackay, perhaps. De Koning, Bruce, I know you've seen a bit of. He's got extraordinary athleticism.
And he showed it against Natanui, didn't he, Heyman? And you don't see Grundy done over like that too often, just as De Koning did. And it is that pure athleticism that does it. So he's a worry. He's good if you're a Blues fan. There is Grundy responding as a proud, great ruckman does. Noons, too slow. Elliott got him down. Dacos, handball, not great, but Elliott was good. He's had a fine match, Elliott, so far. Down that line. I am liking Cox, Haim.
Well, he's starting to see a lot of the football, and they're starting to stick in his hands. The football's given off. Now Jack Crisp towards half forward, bouncing ball. Who's there first? Little give. Myercheck went to main. His fumble. Wiedering got an old mate in Simpson, who uses the right boot, doesn't often go in that direction. Martin lost his feet. Madgen couldn't find the hand. Martin's pressure and response was really good. To Cripps. 5 handballs.
So this is a great illustration, Haim. You can see the number of Collingwood players well set. So you've got to shift the ball across. You force them to defend, and you hope one in the chain breaks down.
Cripps to Simpson to Plowman to Williamson.
So all the Collingwood players trying to get across the other side of the ground and set it up well again.
Nunes now.
And you find little holes like that.
Paddy Dow, quick give. Doherty, normally a good user. Eddie's the target. Quainer. Mackay gives a little bit of help. Gets rid of one. Pendlebury just presses the issue. Main knows what he wants to do. Can he get the handball back? Mackay bets for another. Tries to bend it around.
Hodgie, I noticed a second ago when Cripps had the mark, Pendlebury was on the mark. what's been happening there with Pendlebury and Cripps?
Yeah, Cripps had a quiet first quarter, but there's no tag. It looks like it's the old battle of the two best players going head-to-head, because both stoppages so far, they've been on each other and they've just been tracking around, following one another. So it's a good battle, for something for us to look forward to.
OK, that's good stuff. So taken down there, Cameron. So far, Pendlebury, what's he had? He's had 7 kicks, 8 disposals, and Paddy's had all those handballs and 1 kick. So 5 handballs and a kick. Brown, he's had a lot of clearances, young Tyler Brown. Back to Dacos from Noble. She's a good mover, Dacos. It was a low draft pick, but they've got a bargain, even with a surname like that. It's like being a Danehill Colt, isn't it? As Chris goes through the centre, 1 bounce. Oh, that's a bit different. Oh, I want to see that on replay, Haim. Adams, Brown, Thomas having a really, really good day now. So, put Chris down for a goal assist, Haim.
It was an unusual little moment for Jack Crisp, normally so sure. Lost the football on his charge towards goal, but Thomas, as you say, he's been lively. 5 scoring shots, 2 goals, 3 of Collingwood's 3-3. Had a big afternoon, I think, in 2018, Bruce, against the Blues.
Kick 5 that day. No, he's really up and about today. He's had 5 scoring shots. And he's been flat, but showing some signs.
Well, unfortunately for Chris, this will probably end up on the team review on Monday, and they'll have a bit of a chuckle about it, bouncing behind him. But it's Josh Thomas's work rate that's just getting him involved. He's hit up on the lead, he's got front and square, but he's part of that Collingwood half-forward line that gets up really high, helps the transition, but then he gets back really hard inside forward 50, which gives him opportunities.
I think Jack Crisp knows that.
Yeah.
It's a moment that he'll see a lot on TV. So 3-3 the Pies, Thomas 2-3. It's just been...
So Elliott here, he's at this stoppage that's going to be rebounds. He'll get forward side. As soon as he thinks Collingwood's going to win the footy, he'll just take off forward.
Little knockdown. Curnow desperate to find his foot and hit the ball, but couldn't quite. Little slap towards Dacos worked well. Fisher does the chasing. Noble steps inside. Nice little move. Who's at home now for Pies Perceptives? Liam Jones gives the free away to Mason Cox.
Straight to him. Yeah. These guys push out.
And once again, that's a positioning of the kick. If you put it in front of a bloke like Cox, the defender's naturally going to hesitate, because if it's a run and jump, you're not going to get near him. So those kicks to the Collingwood forwards have to be put out in front. Yes, you might get intercepted occasionally from someone dropping off, but there's more chance of something like this if Cox either taking a mark or actually getting infringed with and getting a free kick.
His total scores for the year 5 straight, so as you can see, all from set shots.
Got him home.
First blemish. Yeah. Easy to bring him undone, isn't it?
But he's showing a few signs, isn't he, today, of being a fine contributor. Simpson runs his hard out to get the ball out wide. Noons. Good stuff there by Callum Brown. Really good second, third efforts. And then Pendlebury after Thomas. Now the other Brown, Tyler, having a good day. Lovely kick. And Stevenson marks it. And Callum Brown willed that, didn't he? A first and a second effort. He's accurate, this guy. He really misses these. 7-2 from set shots this year. Gee, he started so promisingly this year, didn't he? 7 goals in his first 3 games, and then struggled, lost his place in the team. He was the rising star, of course, before Walsh, and gets it home, and Collingwood gets some breathing space. So I'm not sure what happened there with Carlton. Whether it was just lack of concentration around that battle for the ball, because Brown had 2-3 cracks at it, and no one was able to really get in there and match his ferocity at the ball. And then they got to Pendlebury, and then Stevenson on the end of a good kick from Tyler Brown.
So Jaden Stevenson finishes things, pies out to a 9-point lead. But Jimmy, just have a look at the right hand of Jaden Stevenson here. Just comes off the ball a couple of times as he's heading in towards goal. He takes it off now. It's unusual, isn't it?
Yeah, a nervous twitch, or it is part of his set shot routine. We saw him in previous years where he'd almost twist the ball in his hand, get a little bit of a spin, and Matt Presson or Rene Kink in the middle there with his great pants on. But Plowman just lost his starting position when the ball came in, and it was too big of a gap. And with the speed of Jaden Stevenson, you only need to give him a metre head start, and he turns it into 5.
Grundy did well, so Collingwood on a little roll. Brown's had 4 clearances already today. Elliott playing some sort of a match. Get the ball inside forward 50. Jones retreating. Little give okay, and running it out Plowman. I just feel like Cox is just competing better today, getting to better spots. So Grundy, Martin, quick kick out.
Magin, Casbolt, roved well by Noble. Crisp, little one to Phillips. Walsh misses the tackle, back to Noble. Short little kick back to Magin. Sees the space in front of him, a long ball towards full forward. The wrestle's on Cox and Jones, and saving the day was Wiedering. He is a big target, isn't he, with at full stretch to get the positioning right with the kick.
Huge. As Hodgie touched on it, it doesn't have to be dumped on his head. Just give him a chance. Keep to his advantage, because he's reach. He'll either mark it or force a free kick.
So Martin to Simpson to Doherty. It's got to be so accurate, don't you, here? How careful are you? What sort of a risk do you take? So Doherty looks like he's found his man in Moons. So they've got it up to the wing. Now, do they come inside now, or do they wait again and go down the line? He's going to go down the line with a long kick. So that safety first kick, wanting a grab, getting nearly a grab with De Koning. Did well to hold up against Maynard. Mackay, Martin over the top. Betts lurking, fending off. Clever, Fisher wrong side. No, he doesn't have a wrong side. Goal.
I thought he was one-sided, Bruce. Not at all. Happy just to use the right and pull the trigger.
He's lively, Haim, isn't he? They're a better team with him up and about. He was injured for a lot of this year, and it gives us, I think, Betts doing some good things. The numbers are not big for Eddie, but he's doing some good things.
As we see, it was a nice goal there from Fisher, but just shows how crucial it is. You need to lock your tackles up in the defensive 50. Eddie Betts, he's that hard to tackle anyway, but smart hands and a nice little step. But looking here at the centre bounce, as we see there, the handball from Eddie Betts, but at the centre bounce here from Collingwood. Elliott, we know Collingwood have had a lot of injuries through their midfield, but one thing you can do when you get injuries is you give another guy an opportunity. Elliott, who's been playing up forward for the last few years, has gone into the middle so far. He's leading touches for him. He's had 11 touches, had 3 clearances. He's had 26 clearances for the year, his most ever in his career for a season. But I think that's a positive that a lot of teams have taken it. When you do get injuries, give another person opportunity, and hopefully they can rise just like Elliott has.
So Fisher, he gets his first of the afternoon, 5th of the year, 4 of them against the West Coast, 4 straight. As the hunt for the football continues, Elliott gets to his feet and then dragged back down.
Thanks, guys. Straight up. Come back this way, Tom. Brody.
Busy centre square at the Gabba. De Koning went looking for Gibbons. Oscar Elliott involved in the tackle from Gibbons was terrific. Curnow wants to take the advantage and does. Eddie Betts and Quainer. Betts.
Push in the back.
Going to get the free kick.
Push in the back. Carlton. Yours, Eddie. Out wider. Out wider.
Ed Curnow just didn't even think about holding up, just pushed the ball forward. Betts a bit lucky. Can he make it hurt? So hard up against the boundary line. He hasn't brought it back enough. I went early on that. Continued to draw 3-point game.
It's like a long putt from Tiger Woods, wasn't it? Coming back, coming back, coming back. So, Moore. Well done, Cameron. Worked to the front of Wiedering. Wiedering won it 0 in the end. What a solid citizen he is. Fisher. A little bit of candy to Noble. High ball forward. Crisp was good. De Koning doing the roving. Good tackle on him, though. Ball in dispute. Little toe poke, I think, from Murphy. May have been Gibbons. Ball close to the line. And now it's Carlton's turn to screw the wheel a bit on Collingwood. It's been a tantalising first half, hasn't it?
It's been superb. 4-5 to 4-2. Pitnet hoping for a blue. Murphy was there. Paddy Dow quickly fires at goal. Moore, De Koning. I think we're going to see a throw in.
Mark, Brody.
Just under 7 minutes to play before half-time. A home and away game that means so much. Pitnet did well, moved Grundy under the ball. Gibbons couldn't quite. Casbolt tries to bustle his way through. Gibbons tries to do the same. He's going nowhere quickly. Just on Gibbons, a great article by Riley Beveridge today. Bruce talking about how 677 picks over 6 years were used and none of them on Gibbons.
And one of the things that was quoted, good in heavy traffic.
Yeah.
He was in heavy traffic right there, wasn't he? No, it was a great article, and what a career he had leading into making it as an AFL player, and his football has been very impressive. He's been building and building in these 2 seasons. Missed just the one game. Pendlebury, great first quarter, quieter in this term. Toe pokes it. Elliott got down low. Little give was okay from Brown. Cox able to release it to Brown. Back to Roughhead, off a step. Pretty good kick, actually. And Hoskin Elliott, he was off. He's gone again. Bolson. Murphy, normally good with ball in hand. De Koning protected it well. Eddie got any dangerous here. Quainer, Noble, well played Noble. Betts nearly got him.
Trip. His ankle. Trip.
It was just a free kick there for a nice dive chasing tackle by Eddie Betts, but he just grabbed him around the umpire, around the ankle, and just flicked it. And the umpire in the middle saw it and overruled it and called it.
I don't know whether he got him at all. I reckon he had him by the shorts, and Noble in that just losing his feet. It looked like a trip on first look at it, and that's all the umpires have got. Walsh, Curnow squeezes the ball through, terrific to Setterfield. He's got a runner. Walsh goes short. Murphy inside 50, just gets held up. Little one over the top. Is it 15? Doesn't matter. Mason Cox got a fist onto it. Now a chance for Fisher. Tries to get rid of Noble. Gets rid of the football to Walsh, to Gibbons, to Gold, to cross the face. It floats. There's a couple of blues there. Eddie Betts, a good catch at the Gabba.
Great block by De Koning. He actually recognised Darcy Moore coming running hard for the spoil. As we see here in the replay, as soon as the footy goes up, De Koning sees Betts is in the box seat. He just puts his hands up to sort of pretend like he's going for it.
Quick thinking from De Koning. What about Eddie? Why would you doubt him? Eddie's got 2. Blues are back in front. There's a few players when they're in that sort of a spot, you think, well, there's no doubt he's going to work his way through it. Just what is he going to do? And Eddie makes it look so simple. Blues have got their 5th. Eddie's got his 2nd, and the Blues are back in front.
Jimmy, first time since round 6, multiple goals for Betts.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier, he normally hits the scoreboard early, but it's good to see him hit the scoreboard again here. But Hamish, you mentioned he makes it look easy because he does keep it very simple. He squares himself off to the middle of the ground. He holds the ball right. There's no big elaborate movement. He's not trying to do half run in with a drop punt and change it at the last moment. His method or his routine for his snapshots are so consistent. If you're a young player, sorry, Bruce. If you're a young player, you'd watch how he walks his way through it. He's balanced on the point of impact.
So good comeback. You can see they've been in waves this term, haven't they? And the first, where one team has dominated for 5 minutes and then the other. Dow, Cripps, left foot's pretty good. Noons, Courage. courage.
Stay out.
Good kick. Curnow found some space. And Collingwood at 6s and 7s for the moment, aren't they?
Ed, 1 metre. Go, guys. Mark's right here.
So Curnow
15 gone.
kicks a couple in a match this year. He's got a good temperament. I reckon that helps with these set shots. He's got it. The Blues are going well. Nobody will ever solve the riddle of set shots in the AFL, but a little theory, I reckon. The calmer you are, the better you are. And he was always a good chance. He's just that sort of guy.
I always think of the Crows when I think of Ed Curnow. Rookie listed there, never played a game, Macca, but geez, been good as a Blue.
He'll get one this year.
You see Ed Curnow just coming down through the middle of the ground, and you wonder how he finds space after just a centre clearance, and everyone would sort of have their match-up. But the Collingwood defence and midfield are all trying to get back and block up the space, but you still have to identify who's the most dangerous player. Take that one and allow then the free ones to work off the back of that.
8 minutes ago, the Pies led by 10 points, 6 inside 50s to zip. Since then, 3 goals to the Blues since then. Fisher, then Betts, and then Curnow. How do the Pies respond? DeConey again against Grundy. Adams, little check side forward, front spot. Phillips kicked the first of the afternoon. Lead is good. Stevenson, he's kicked one from around here in this term. Bruce alluded to the fact he's a beautiful set shot. This to make it a 3-point game. This unusual process he goes through, holds the ball horizontal at times and then takes his right hand off the ball as he starts his approach. 8-2 from set shots this year.
So set shots today, 3-1 the Blues, 1 for the Pies. Boy, it makes a difference, doesn't it? Here's Simpson. Three-quarter kick, it was a good one to Cripps. Couldn't quite hang on to it, but he did well, Paddy. Moons, Pendlebury just eluded him. Curnow, lovely dinky kick. Betts really up and about, Eddie. Scrubby old kick now. Can Mackay work it? He does, he does. Handball cut off by Adams. To Main, to Noble, and then Noble's kick, not great. Asked a lot of Cameron, down low Paulson. It was always going to be hard for Thomas with Paulson with his head down.
Long ball. Who's at home for the Blues? Well done, Roughhead. What a player he's been as a Pie. He was good as a dog, and he's just seemingly rejuvenated himself as a Magpie. De Koning just separates himself from Grundy and did a terrific job. Read it really well. Never took his eye off the ball. Can the Blues find a way to make it 4 in a row? De Koning floats it to a dangerous spot. Big pack. Jack Martin read it well. Noble's tackle was terrific. Brought him straight to ground. Ball spills. Setterfield to Casbolt. Not quite for Walsh, easy enough for Jack. And Chris just works the ball towards the wing. He'll be happy to see it over.
Just thinking about Grundy. Hasn't missed a game for a long, long, long time. A couple of best of fairest, a couple of All-Australians since centre grand final. He looks weary, a little bit weary, I reckon, right now. He's still playing well, but he looked tired a moment ago. And you might say, well, hang on a sec, he's working so hard, but it was more than that. Phillips got it from Madgen. That is a good kick. Dacos uses the ball well normally. Lovely kick. Should have been marked by Stevenson. Maybe blame the sun, don't know. He'll kick it, Marchek. He does. They close it again. just think that De Koning has given Grundy a lot to think about today. It's a different matchup, and anyway, we'll keep our eye on it. Brodie, they need him to play a big match. He's got to keep going all day today. The heart will be winning.
He's got Pitnet and De Koning to deal with, so he's got a long afternoon ahead of him.
We're just shifting the attack as we're speaking about. Phillips finding the one on the outside there, and he had him beaten here, Stevenson. It's the worry about getting beaten on the lead there for Plowman, and he stepped around and couldn't see the footy in the sun. But Mychek, you want to see your big men still getting front and square. They're still going to participate in all aspects of the game, but you know, Stevenson, that match-up with speed is causing Plowman some issues of where he should start, how close, how far in front.
And Jimmy, that's the best part of kicking the ball to the top of the goal square. You see a lot of teams go to the pocket, but if you do drop the mark, it's a harder spot to kick the goal from. That was at the top of the goal square. Ball fumbles in front, but Mychek gets the right spot for an easy goal.
Intercepted the Simpson handball at speed and finished it off well. Cripps has got a bit to deal with. 1, 2, 3 Pies charge at him. Dropped the football through the legs of Pendlebury. Ended up with Murphy. Now to Nunes, who knows how to kick an important goal. Quick response. Well, I thought Paddy Cripps might have been in trouble in the middle of the ground. The ball was dropped. Pendles pleaded for holding the ball. Went through his legs. Murphy, quick as a flash, was happy to receive. And then Nunes on the end of it. A terrific finish. 7-2 to 5-6. 9 scoring shots to 11. But the Blues up by 8 points.
Carlton winning the hit-outs 15 to 14 at the back. And the one thing the Blues are doing is scoring. You felt like if they could get 10 goals, they'd be dangerous today. They're at 7 already.
Stoppage, centre bounce goal, and Paddy Cripps has made the adjustment. Centre bounces. Scott Pendlebury's going to take him. He takes that front spot, hold a bit of space. He started to work his way back into the game. Paddy Cripps getting his hands on it, a couple of clearances. Brings the others can run off him, and he's hard contested work.
And Pitnet was able to get over Grundy, not that time. Grundy wins that tap, so 15 hit-outs apiece for the two clubs. Blues scoring highly against the Pies, and Collingwood, when they win, generally they're so hard to score again, so they're going to have to keep up now, aren't they?
That's where Carlton's defensive. We heard Wiedering say how they needed to tighten up defensively. They had 21 uncontested marks in the first quarter. They've only had 8 in the second quarter. So obviously they've switched on. They've had the ball played in their half because of it.
All right, stand up. All right, stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Jamie, here.
So last few stoppages, Cripps has come around.
Out of the way, Jamie.
To the forward side, the stoppage to be a hit to.
Umpire O'Gorman giving plenty of instruction. The players just ignoring him and continuing to chat. Meanwhile, Doherty heard the umpire there again. Walsh, it'll give to Simpson. His kick, not quite for Eddie Betts.
Hold, Eddie. Hold. Play on.
Here's Quainer with a little dash. Just steps inside, back out onto the... Oh, what's happened? The whistle's down the ground.
But, you can't
He's forward of the mark, Scott. Huh? So he's played on forward of the mark.
He played on out of bounds. So he made the sidestep really good, but he was still out of bounds.
Brodie, mark.
Well, the advantage given up, and Pitnet and Grundy to battle again. So tense first half of football. 2 old rivals. Huge home and away game. Bragging rights, 4 points, and importantly, a win to keep the club in the hunt for the final. 7-2, 5-6, half-time at the Gabba. Blues by 8 points.